Hey, for those of you listening, I'm here. I think we only had one person on there. Not sure who that is. Can't tell. All I can tell is that somebody's out there lurking. Sandbagger. Anyway, welcome to the 1 minute or 2 minute, that's 1 minute and 9 seconds preview. Before we get started, I just like to fire it up, as you know, for the make sure it was going to go live. Make sure we got audio. Tell me if I don't have audio. I'm not going over the airwaves at the moment. I'm just going over the thing here, over the live feed. Anyway, there's two people there. We got another 45 seconds or so. Might be able to hear Randy Griffin in the background. It's finishing up, so it's almost 8 o'clock. Anyway, good to have you in there, Michael. I don't know who the other person is. Got my big one like of the day. You guys missed the net on Rutherford County last night. Don't know if you can hear that. But we're ready to get rolling here. 2 seconds and counting. Is the frequency in use? Frequency in use? Nothing heard. This is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? Alrighty, nothing heard. If there is any priority traffic or emergency traffic, please jump right in there. That is in case, unless you want me to mow your lawn or something, that's not a priority. But you can call 911, which would be the first option. The second option would be to call us, and we'll call 911 for you. And that may be broken at any time for some kind of an emergency. For information on this net, you can see us on our website on 146415.net, 146415, mysteriously similar to our frequency. And or you can see us on Yahoo Groups at Mike Juliet _ Sierra Sierra. That's MJ _ Sierra Sierra at Yahoo Groups. Or you can send me an email at Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey at ARRL.net. We normally meet at 8 p.m. on Saturdays and Wednesdays. 8 p.m. Saturdays and Wednesdays. We conduct the net on, as you would know if you're listening, 146415.net, unless you're just looking for us on the web and you don't know that. The purpose of the net is to support and train ham radio operators for having fun. Now, for emergencies, and have some fun doing it. We invite everyone to use the net to announce amateur radio events and activities in support of the local community, including hams, of course, and it's a directed net, and all traffic should be coordinated by me, net control. Is there anybody with announcements besides? Well, I'll cover that one for Richard if he's there for the Boy Scouts. Is there any other announcements? All righty. Well, we've got one event that's, again, it's coming up, and I'll send out a reminder, but there's a Boy Scout event on December 30th. That's a Saturday. And there's going to be some training on ham radio for the Boy Scout Merit Badge that Richard, KI4SIB, is doing with another party up at Boxwell, whatever it is. It's a Boy Scout camp there north of Lebanon. And they're going to be getting on the air, hopefully on Simplex and on one of the local repeaters. Just want to make sure some people are standing by. And number two, we've got, today is Wednesday? Yeah. Saturday. We've got another net, of course, and tomorrow night is the Wilson County Amateur Radio Net. That's at 8 p.m. on 147 and 105 with a plus offset and a PL of 156.7. And
WNBOQ, can I interrupt?
You can try. Go ahead.
Repeat the first part of what you just said about. I just got here, so I missed a little bit of the last transmission.
Which part? The Boy Scout part or the net that's tomorrow night?
It was something about a net. I heard the end of it, and I wanted to hear what it was.
Okay, it's the Wilson County Amateur Radio Club has their Aries net on their repeater, which is at 8 p.m. tomorrow on it's Thursday, 147.105 plus offset and a 156.7 PL.
Okay, maybe it was a Boy Scout thing, but I don't know. I misunderstood. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's all right. And then Tuesday somebody has the amateur radio club over there at Vanderbilt University, where the guys get educated. They are on 443.800 with a plus offset to 123 PL, and that's Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. And then of course we have another net on. Well, we have a net Saturday, and we have another one next Wednesday. But I don't think I have to run down that drill. Is there any questions about the Boy Scouts or the nets? Please come in. Don't want to forget. Oh yeah, don't want to forget Saturday. Saturday. We have the breakfast. It's at 7:30 a.m. You can get there at 8 if you want to, but I'm going to be there at 7:30. Hopefully others are. We have to get out of there about 10 o'clock in order to avoid the Christmas parade shutdown of Mount Juliet Road. I'm supposed to close down at 10:45. I just want to make sure everybody gets out of there at 10 or so. You can stay and be locked into the traffic there, but I think we want to be out of there at 10 o'clock. So 10 o'clock, Barbecuties, Mount Juliet Road, just next to the railroad station, which is right next to the railroad. There's only one railroad that crosses Mount Juliet Road in the middle, almost in the middle of town. So it's right there on the east side of the road, south of the railroad tracks. That's Barbecuties Restaurant. Any questions about the breakfast? The only thing you have to bring is yourself. You don't have to buy coffee. You don't have to buy breakfast. You don't have to do nothing if you just want to show up. And we have a lot of fun. I think last time we had 18 or 19 or 20 people. So it's a lot of fun meeting up with like-minded hams, just sitting around chewing the fat, so to speak, or just chewing bacon or ham or biscuits.
Green eggs.
Yeah, green. Wish we had digital cameras back then. All right, very good, Robin. Green eggs. All right, yeah, it's a good breakfast. Hope everybody can show up. This will be I guess it'll be the winter / Christmas barbecues event. I don't know if we'll have anybody. Yeah, somebody's going to come as Santa. No, nobody's going to be there as Santa. All right, very good. Any other questions about Saturday or the announcements? All righty, then let's move on, and we'll start taking check-ins then, unless there's no questions. Last chance for questions about the nets or the party or the breakfast or whatever. All right, very good. We'll start taking check-ins from the east to make everybody in the east happy. East of Mount Juliet Road, please come in.
WA4ZHI. Indian Bravo.
Nice try, Richard. You were number 2. Hold on. All right, James. Are you doing all right today? Nice, cool day.
It was cool, all right. I took the trash cans out and set them out tonight, and it was cold.
Yeah, it was cold this morning, too, when the snow was coming down.
Yeah, I saw a few flakes out the kitchen window.
I can see flakes all over Nashville and Wilson County. Oh, you're talking about snowflakes. Snowflakes, right?
Yeah.
All right, now. Glad things are going well. Appreciate you checking in. Who else we got east of Mount Juliet? Oh, we got Richard. Let me get KI4SIB. Please come now.
Good evening. Appreciate you making the announcement about the Camp Boxwell. Have a good night. Thank you for what you do, KI4SIB, and I'll see you Saturday. Me and Kevin will be there with bells on.
Are you going to put them in cuffs?
No, I don't think that'll be necessary.
Yeah, see, you can just use those tie wrap ones, the heavy duty tie wrap ones. That'll work good. All right. I'm looking forward to it. I know you are too. Yeah, by the way, I'm going to be sending out an email reminder also for that event at the end of December, so everybody who can participate will remember to participate. All righty. Who else we got east of Mount Juliet Road? Appreciate you checking in. Richard. That was Richard, KI4SIB. He's in Lebanon. And then we got James, who before that was Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India, and he's over in the middle of Mount Juliet, not too far from Barbecuties. Who else we got east of Mount Juliet Road?
Easy. KN4LXH.
Yeah, hold on, Jimmy. K4LSX. I said, if I don't write them down immediately, I forget who it was. Hold on, Jimmy. We got Earl in there. How you doing, Earl?
Doing pretty well, Paul.
Yeah, very good, Earl. Good to have you in there. You sound good. That which antenna are you using?
I'm on my Ringo Ranger right now.
Well, you must have got it straightened out pretty good. You just slap it around or something?
I think Mother Nature.
No, it's going good. Whatever happened, it was pretty breezy today when I was driving down the interstate. The wind was whipping around pretty good. Maybe that helped out. All right, that was Earl, Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu. He's over in Noreen, just east of the Cedars of Lebanon Park, down south of Lebanon. Heard Jimmy in there. Kilo November 4 Lima Sierra X-ray.
No. Lima X-ray Hotel.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got the wrong guy in there, don't I? Sorry.
No problem. Well, I'm sad to announce that I failed to win any of the grand prizes in the QRZ drawing.
Well, what were the grand prizes?
Oh, it was an ICOM 7610 and a Yaesu FTDX 101, I believe, or something like that. Some antennas and, testers and so forth like that.
Wow, I didn't even realize that they were having that drawing.
Yep. It's on their QRZ webpage. You have to take a trivia quiz to get to enter it, but you still get to enter it even if you miss all the questions.
Oh, there was even a quiz involved?
Yeah, and if you, I think, let's see, you have to take the quiz, I think, to enter. And I'm not sure if you get bonus points if you get all the questions right or something. Anyway, you have to take the quiz.
Huh. All right, very good. Yeah, I messed up your call again, didn't I? It's LX, it's Lima X-Ray Hotel. Kilo November 4 Lima X-Ray Hotel. I do have that correct now, don't I?
Yes, it's absolutely correct.
Yeah, I don't know how I get that backwards. Of course, I was in a rush because you almost doubled with Earl. I'm blaming Earl for this one.
No, that's okay. You get older in years and you start to make a few mistakes.
No, it's like my mother used to say. She said, I thought I made a mistake once, but I was wrong.
Okay.
I think she said it the other way around. I think I made a mistake once. No. Yeah, whatever. She was mistaken. That's what it was. Anyway, Jimmy, good to have you in there. Yeah, that drawing. How did you find out about that, by the way?
They had a live telecast that kicked off around 7 p.m.
Okay. Well, you can't win if you don't play.
There you go.
Well, that'd be sweet to get one of those, huh? They're one of the big ones, the radios.
Yeah, those radios are $3,000 to $4,000. Matter of fact, the 101DX I think is not even out yet. They're going to wait a month to get that one.
Oh, those are on pre-order, huh?
Yep.
Wow. Well, I try to be happy with the radios I have, and I've had them for almost both of them. I had even 13 or 14 or 15 years, so I guess I'm kind of attached to them.
Yeah, the great thing about AM radio is no matter what radio improve, but you put up a better antenna.
Yeah, so true. So true. It doesn't hurt to have a nice radio, though. Although I guess I have heard, when I've heard somebody who I sat down with one of those, I don't know, $10,000 or $12,000 ICOMs one time, and I said, yeah, that sounds really, really, really good. And the time I worked at Shack over at Tentec, one of their, I forget, the Orion, I guess it is. I forget which one it was, but it really sounded good. Of course, it had a 40-meter beam on it, too, so it doesn't hurt to have that.
Well, I can't justify spending, $34,000 for a receiver or transceiver or whatever.
Well, it's like one of those things. If you had asked me when I was 25 years old if I could justify spending $1,000 on a radio, and I'd say no way, but I've done it 2 or 3 times now. Yeah,
well, I guess that's the way it is, but I don't know. My income just won't allow that.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it becomes, I'm not going to say it's frivolous, but if you have the money, it's fine. If you don't have the money, that's fine too. It doesn't, you work with what you got, I'd love to have a $125,000, can't even think of the right name of the cars, the ones that run way up into that cost, but not going to do it. I can't even afford the down payment, let alone the car. All right, Jimmy, it was good to have you in there. That's Kilo November 4 Lima X-Ray Hotel, and he is in the north, just north of the high school here in Mount Juliet. Who else east of Mount Juliet?
Kilo Echo 4 Romeo Victor, Quebec.
Hey, how you doing, Brent?
Pretty good, Paul. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Which rig are you on tonight?
I am on my little boat thing. I'm headed back from Lebanon.
Oh, wow. So you're on the Lebanon Road, I take it.
Yeah, I'm right up here at the top of the hill.
Well, you're doing great with the Bofang. Is that the, I don't remember, is that the 5 watt or the 8 watt?
This is a little 5 watt.
Well, it's doing good to me. Conditions, cold weather must do the trick for you.
Oh, definitely does for me.
All right, very good, Brent. And Brent is mobile. That's Kilo Echo 4 Romeo Victor, Quebec. He's up on Lebanon Road, up just almost due north of me, kind of, on his way home. Who else we got east? Appreciate you checking in, Brent. K4PEW at the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Who do we have east of Mount Juliet Road?
Okay, I'm RHQ.
Hey, Stan. Appreciate you checking into the net last night. That Rutherford County that is turned out there was three of the 13 were from our group. Well, no, 3 of the 13 were from Wilson County. Let me qualify that because several of the people in Rutherford already check into our group.
Yeah, I guess maybe the second time I've checked into that now. I usually forget that one unless you send a reminder.
Oh yeah, no, it's only once a month, so it's easy to forget. I have to, send a reminder in my calendar to myself. Otherwise, I will forget.
Roger. Well, we'll hold you up, Paul. Back to net.
Yeah, very good. That was Stan, Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Quebec Echo, great signal. He is in just a little bit north of downtown Lebanon. Anybody else east of Mount Juliet?
Recheck.
It's going to cost you, Richard.
Oh, wait, where was Brent?
Brent was mobile up on Lebanon Road, just north of me, up, just north of, around Mount Juliet Road.
I heard him all the way up here.
Well, you must have your $22 J-pole just tuned properly then.
I was amazed. Okay. I didn't know that was possible. Go ahead, carry on. I just wanted to let.
Oh, you didn't get the one that has the adjustable. It's got a dial on the side of it.
It's got that little dial on it, and I keep tuning it and hope everything's better. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of like a crapshoot.
Well, if you carry one of those, I don't know if you've ever seen a leather mallet. Sometimes you got to whack them. They're like, they're like kids. You got to whack them once in a while.
Yeah, cutting torch does wonders too.
Very good, Richard. Yeah, no, he had a good signal to hear, and he was a straight shot. Well, Lebanon Road isn't exactly straight, but I'm not too surprised that you heard him, really.
Well, I don't know if he had an external antenna or not.
Oh, he said he was on his Bofang. Are you still there, Brent?
Yeah, no, I've been working off the Bofang.
No, he's working off the Bofang with that cheap Chinese antenna.
Wow. Okay, that's got to be some kind.
All right, Richard. What we're going to do is we're going to have everybody, we're going to have a Bofang net and see who can't hear what. All right, very good. Who else? East of Mount Juliet, please come in. All right, moving around to the north then. This is K4PEW at the Mount Juliet Simplex Net, north of Lebanon Road, north of Division Street, north of Wilson County.
WE4E.
Hill WE4E. How you doing there, Danny?
Not too bad. How's it going?
It's going great. I spent half a day at I had to take my mother to the doctor. Well, not had to. It was a scheduled thing to go to the doctor today, but took half the day between the traffic and being at the doctor's office. So that was half of my day was tied up doing that.
Yeah, that'll do it, won't it? Good grief. Well, for what it's worth, I heard quieting tonight, which is unusual. Of course, this is only the second net I've done on this antenna. And the mobile on the Baofeng over there, I could hear him. I had a little bit of static in it, but he was easy copy.
Yeah, that's good. I'm surprised you could hear. Well, you said you could hear Richard real well. Okay, well, that's good. He'll be happy to hear that. Can you hear Richard? You can hear Danny up in Hendersonville, right?
Oh yeah, I've got a good signal on tonight for some.
Yeah, it's a good. It must just be a good night for VHF. Is all I can figure. Either that, or all the leaves are finally off the trees over here, and I can get out of the foliage.
Well, you sound fine up here to me. You've got a little bit of scratchy, but not.
Yeah, same on you, Richard. Same on you over here. I got a little bit of speckles, but I've got a ton of interference from LED light bulbs and switch mode power supplies, all kind of other stuff. So I run a pretty high noise floor on a good night. So anyway, very nice to hear you. You're real good. So I'm used to you being right across the lake from me.
Yeah, I used to be, but I moved, unfortunately.
Well, I hope your new QTH is working out. I know you liked it over here, but I hope that works out for you.
He got deported. Don't let him fool you.
Oh yeah, I'm in an apartment complex, and the amazing thing.
Well, you know, it's amazing what you can accomplish when reasonable people speak in a reasonable tone of voice. You know, all of this hue and cry over HOAs and all that stuff. It's amazing what you can do by just talking to somebody.
Yeah, all they can do is say no.
Yeah, well, you know, and if you approach it in an intelligent fashion, you know, a lot of times you can open an eye or two. You know, you'll get a blanket no off the, you know, right off the front, but sometimes, you know, you win the hearts and minds.
Oh no, yeah, I agree. They don't even know what they're saying no to usually.
Yeah, exactly. And then if they continue to say no, you just.
Yeah, that's right. It was like when I first put up that antenna, the one antenna I had, the first vertical, and I mounted on the fence post at the end of the driveway. My wife noticed and says, "You're not going to leave that there, are you?" I said, "No, it's going up on the roof. What's wrong with your thinking?"
No, good grief, it looks ridiculous at the end of the driveway. I'm going to put it up in the roof where it doesn't bother anybody.
Yeah, it's just, I had to kind of ease into the idea that there was going to be an antenna there. All right, Danny, good to have you in there, and good signal out of Hendersonville, but that's pretty easy. But must be a good night because, like I said, Richard can hear you and vice versa, which is excellent. All right, who else do we have north of Mount Juliet, north of Wilson County?
WB0 and OO.
All right, Mark, how you doing tonight? Sound good?
Doing good. Busy with helping the little woman, as they say, put the Christmas decorations up. So it's been kind of a mess over here for a couple of days.
I hope it's not a lot because some people actually go crazy with Christmas decorations.
I think that she would fall into that category.
Crazy or just lots of Christmas decorations?
You pick.
All right. No, just kidding, of course. No, it's fun to have all that stuff. It is. It's nothing really wrong with it. It's not putting them up that's a problem. It's taking them all down and putting them all away again.
Yeah, you got that right. Of course, it's all in the attic, too. And the older I get, the harder it is to get up in the attic and get stuff down.
Yep, I know the feeling very well. I got too much stuff up in the attic to go up and grab all the time. Well, good to have you in there, Mark. That was Mark. Whiskey Bravo 0 November Oscar, and he is in Hermitage, not too far from me. Great signal. I'm presuming you can copy everybody who preceded you.
Yep, there was I don't remember the call. The guy. I didn't hear him at first, but I did in later transmissions. Everybody else sounded pretty good.
Yeah, well, when you're on a handheld in a car, it's obvious you're not going to hear them very well all the time.
Yeah, roger that.
All right. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate you checking in. Who else north of Mount Juliet, north of Wilson County? Anybody else north?
For Uniform Echo Yankee.
I'm sorry. One more time. I kind of doubled with you. The Uniform Echo Yankee?
Kilo 4 Uniform Echo Yankee.
Okay, you've stretched my brain a little bit. Who am I talking to?
Hoyt up Legardo way.
Oh, there you go. See, that's what you get. If you miss a couple of nets, my brain forgets you. It's terrible.
I understand.
No, I'm sorry, Hoyt. I should remember that. I got to write that. I tried to do last week. Last night, I actually I let out that secret. I actually went through the calls that aren't instantly recognizable to me. I wrote them down and highlighted them and put the name and the call in there and the location. And yours wasn't one of them because it wasn't on the list I was looking at. But no, Hoyt, I'm sorry I missed you from up there from LaGuardia. But you got a great signal. Do you copy everybody that preceded you?
Yeah, I think I've heard everybody. There was one early on that I could tell he was transmitting, but I couldn't make out what he was saying.
We wonder if that was James, Whiskey Alpha 4, Zulu Hotel India here in Mount Juliet.
No, I think it was somebody over towards Lebanon somewhere, but it was pretty far out.
Oh, that was probably Earl, KE4DEZ.
I believe it was. I heard you referencing his name, and I could tell he was transmitting, but I couldn't pick him up.
Yeah, he's in a kind of a bad spot down there for some people. His signal's been better recently, and it used to be a little worse, but now it's doing pretty good. It's still a little rough just due to the elevation and terrain issues where he is. But, yeah, I'm sure he appreciates that feedback. Did you hear that, Earl? He stepped away. All right, very good, Hoyt. Appreciate you being there. And that is Kilo Kilo Form Uniform Echo Yankee, correct?
That is correct. Back to net.
All right, very good, Hoyt. Sorry about that. Who else north of Mount Juliet?
Whiskey 9 Bravo Oscar Quebec.
All righty. How you doing tonight there, Dennis?
I'm good. So we talked about eggs earlier. If you overcook like hard-boiled eggs, they will get green. I'm not sure if you've hard-boiled many eggs, but I hard-boiled eggs a lot. And also, Earl has the most wonderful Southern accent I've ever heard. I could listen to Earl talk for days. I don't know about you, but that's the way I feel about that.
Okay, I'm going to let you guess where he's from.
He's from here.
No?
Where?
Indiana.
No way. Well, Southern Indiana.
Yeah, it must be Indiana that stretches down into the deep south, huh?
Yeah. Well, Southern Illinois, Southern Ohio, those are all Southern. I mean, people have Southern accents there. Also, I have a new radio. I know you know it, Paul, but I've been experimenting on HF, and I just love it. I'm really having a lot of fun. Single sideband, or just HF is so much fun. I can't put it in words. And I still like this, 2 meters, but man, when you could talk to somebody in northern Michigan almost every night or southern Florida, that's so much fun.
Oh, I agree. And that's why it's so, I'll just call it magical. You know, you can't figure out, so let's see, and I've done it under, you probably haven't tried that yet, but you can do it on 5 watts on some nights, you know, and sometimes you're talking to somebody in Europe on 5 watts or South America on 5 watts, and you say, how is that humanly possible?
Okay, one more thing, Paul. Your memory is amazing for call signs, but you should probably have a database and keep track. I mean, how do you know the total numbers of members that have checked in?
I've been through that already, but it's kind of a crazy drill I've been through. The last I remember counting was about 125, and that was a couple of years ago. I did have a database, but it was just a pain in the neck to keep updating because we've had probably close to 200 different call signs check in over the last 5 years, 4 years and 3 months, whatever it is. Yeah, you're right. It's more fun watching me screw up, though. By the way, the answer is, see, I'm pointing to my head if you're watching on the live feed. It's because it's right up here right up on my head, the kidneys.
Well, you have a pencil though. You write it on a piece of paper, right?
Oh yeah, no. Every time somebody checks in, I write it down.
Well, anyway, I'm really so glad to be a part of the ham community, and my HF radio has made me appreciate it all the more. So back to you, Paul. W9BOQ.
Yeah, very good, Dennis. Yeah, Dennis is I'm sure everybody can hear Dennis, but he's bragging on how much fun it is to be in ham radio on HF and 2 meters, and he likes both. And I think most of us who have HF rigs, and almost everybody I think on the web has a HF rig. Not sure about that, but it is gratifying. It's fun, and one of the best parts, as I mentioned before, sounds a little repetitive, but you meet so many nice people on the air. Most hams, by nature, are up, positive, try to be helpful. They're energetic, and they want to help hams that have questions if they're more experienced than the other guy, and they'll offer free advice even if it's bad advice. All right, Dennis, appreciate you checking in. That was Whiskey 9 Bravo Oscar Quebec, and he's in Castellian Springs with a great signal, new radio, new HF radio. He's feeling his oats now. I told him yesterday, don't get cocky, because he was having a lot of fun in HF. All righty, who else do we have north of Mount Juliet?
Recheck.
Go ahead, Earl.
Hey, what's everybody always picking on? Oh, I'm not picking on you. You have a wonderful voice. Yeah, okay. I was just kidding. Yeah. If you had a talk show on AM radio, I would listen every single day.
The Rinky Dink Radio Show.
Uh-oh, somebody must be listening.
No, Dennis thought you were from here, Nashville, Middle Tennessee. I said, no, he's from Indiana, Southern. And he says, must be Southern. I said, yeah, the southern end of Indiana dips into the deep South.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
Yeah, very good, Earl. Good to have you in there as always. And also it's good to have Dennis in there with his new rig and the Most Excited Ham of the Week award. Who else do we have north of Mount Juliet?
This is W4DTC, David here in Gallatin.
Ah, very good, David. David, have we talked before? Because I don't recall.
Yeah, I've checked in once or twice before.
Yeah, it almost sounds that the DTC, tell me, that's got to be your initials.
Same as yours.
Okay, very good. Yeah, it sounds good. And where are you, how much power, well, let me ask you first, what kind of antenna and power?
Okay, well, I'll give a quick little history here. I had a baby brother, as you called it, the 510, on my out in my barns, kind of where my ham shack is, and I upgraded to the 700. Originally, I didn't do it because I was scared of the end connector, but I since got over that after a little bit of experience. But so I took the 510 and mounted it up on my house, and now I can talk while I'm sitting on the couch here watching TV with a little HT. So right now I've got 5 watts running to a Diamond 510.
Oh yeah, that is. I have not physically had my hands on the 510, but I'm presuming it's made just as well. I mean, in terms of physical capacity, what it's made of. Were you impressed by how it's made?
Yeah, the two are made exactly the same, except the 700 has one more section to it. But I will tell you that I'm not sure I can tell any difference. The 700 got put back in the exact same place as the 510, and I'm not sure I can tell any difference on receive. I don't know about the transmit. It's got a little bit more gain, but I don't think I can tell any difference on the receive.
Well, you might not if your elevation is decent where you are. But I know that, for instance, and again, it's hard to make direct comparisons. It was just like when a couple of weeks ago when we had that fellow from Alabaster, Alabama, check in. I could hear him, and some other stations could, but not everybody could, just due to who knows what issues, but his signal was relatively weak to me. And, it was like S1 maybe, but I heard him fine. We're talking 202 miles away. So you're not really going to know locally how well you hear. And you're not sure always who you didn't used to hear, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can kind of get some feel for that based on, repeaters and stuff. If you I like to try and listen to some repeaters. Not that I talk to them, because I'm a Simplex guy also, but you can listen to repeaters, and I can hear out to Crossville pretty good. My antenna goes east really well. It doesn't go south. I got a big hill in the way going south, but it does almost every other direction pretty well.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's just I was surprised though. Again, partly. Do you know what your elevation is, by the way?
Yeah, it's 630 feet to the bottom of the antenna.
Okay, very good. Yeah, see, I'm at 680 something, and I've got a good overall, mostly in all directions, reasonably good range. There are some obstructions in some ways, but I'm just I'm going to say a mostly ideal situation here in Mount Juliet. And that means a lot because I can hear, I've had Monterey in here, and that's, I think, 90 miles to the east. But of course, the guy in that Monterey also, he had a 13 element beam pointed in my direction, and Monterey is much higher elevation than we are.
Yeah, there's a lot of different factors that determine how well you can hear and how far you can go. I think my station's probably maxed out. I'm not going any higher, and I don't know of any other better antenna, and I'm probably not going to get any more power. So I'm maxed out, but I'm happy. I can go 100, 150 miles with mine. I'm real happy.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I just noticed somebody's website today, and it said that, regardless of what you have on the radio and feed line, if you don't have a good, the antenna is 95% of the issue.
Yeah, for something.
Hold on, Richard. It's 90 something percent of the issue is that antenna. You could have a $100 radio, and if you've got a great antenna, you can really do some things.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, but it's nice. I mean, being able to talk from inside the house, which I've never been able to do, sitting on the couch. Granted, it's only 5 watts, but I'm happy with the way it's turned out.
Oh yeah, no question about it. It is. That's partly the fun. It's like any other hobby, but in ham radio, having it almost gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling, as they say, when the station's working well, you have a great receive, and people can hear you for the distances you want to hear, and you want them to hear. And so it's just a nice feeling. And plus, with a good antenna, it gives you good audio. So you just feel better about the whole situation. Well, very good, David. That was David, Whiskey 4 Delta, Tango Charlie. He's in Gallatin, happy camper with his whole antenna rig and everything. So good to have you in there, David. Who else we got north?
Free check.
Okay, this is number 3, man. This one's really going to cost you.
I'll buy you a cup of coffee today. I was hearing David with the same signal I'm hearing you, and I just wondered what part of Gallatin he's in.
The part that has a great antenna that can even talk to J-poles.
Yeah, this thing must be feeling its oats tonight or something.
You're west of Gallatin downtown, aren't you there, David?
Yes, that's correct. I mean, you could look it up on QRZ there. It's got my location, but it is just a little bit west of Gallatin.
Just a little bit west of Gallatin there, Richard.
Okay, like between Gallatin and Hendersonville.
Yes, sir.
No, thank you. Carry on, KI4SIB. He was plus 20 to me in Castellian Springs.
Well, I guess he would be, man. He's closer to you than he is to me.
I had him 9 plus over here.
Yeah, but he's got a great signal to me, Anyway, it's just good to hear. Always good to hear good people with good signals. All right, very good. Where am I going? Oh yeah, north. Anybody else north? Please come down.
And for Victor Charlie, Mobile.
And, all right, very good. How you been? November 4, Victor Charlie. Haven't heard from you in a little while.
Yeah, doing pretty good. I'm here at the Walmart in White House. Just thought I'd say hello.
Yeah, very good. 5 watts on the mobile, and you've got what kind of mobile antenna? It's Allen, right?
Yeah, it's Larson 5A.
Oh, you'll be happy to hear a guy who checked in with me not on the. He lives here in Mount Juliet, and he just checked in. You know, he heard us talking on the air during the day, and he he's going to be a great resource if I hear him again. He worked for Larson for 15 years.
Yeah, I've had this in.
Oh yeah, no, he's got a nice setup over there now, and it's going to get even better because Dennis, when do you hope to put up that new antenna?
Well, I was hoping this week, but it's probably going to be around January 1st, probably.
All right, let us know if you need help. I mean, we don't want to have to force you to put it up sooner, do we?
I need help.
What help do you need, truthfully?
Oh, you have no idea.
It's just antenna and feed line. Those are the 2 issues. No yard mowing or taking care of your chickens. Now, if you do need help, let us know. I'm sure there's somebody in our group that can help you out if you do need help.
Well, the only problem I'm having now is I think I'm overloading my pole. But I think once it's up, it'll be good. But anyway, that's another story. So whatever. WWQ. Back to that.
All right, very good. And Alan, good to have you in there. You're mobile up in. You said you were in. I forget what you said. White House is where you were.
Yeah, White House and.
Oh yeah, no, I appreciate that feedback. Yeah, from the ridge, it's going to be better, obviously, because I'm in a pretty good elevation at 686 feet or whatever it is, and of course the ridge is even higher. So it's, because I can get into work in simplex. It helps if somebody has a beam, but I have worked people with vertical up around what do you call it? What's due north of us here? Bowling Green. That's what I was trying to think of. So yeah, it's this antenna gets out well. I mean, I couldn't speak. I can't think of. I've never spoken so highly of an antenna in all of my ham years as that X700. I don't want to mention the name. I'll sound like I'm advertising. All right, good to have you in there, Alan. That was November Victor Charlie, and he is mobile on 5 watts up in White House. Who else we got north? Please come in. Over to the west of Mount Juliet. Please come in.
KM4YRF.
Hey, Michael, how you doing? Sound good.
I'm doing great, Paul. Hearing everybody really well tonight. I even heard Brent on 5 watts, so I'm doing well.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's we're getting to be an all 700. We're going to be like the 700 Club.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, very good. You sound great, as always. But yeah, we got to get Marty up to speed too. I mean, he hears me well, and I hear him well, but he's not quite up to speed yet, is he?
No, but he's working on it.
All right, very good. All right, that was Michael, Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Romeo Foxtrot, and he is in Bellshire, just northeast of Nashville. Who else we got north? Yeah, north or west of Nashville. Please come in.
Whiskey 4, Alpha, Whiskey Echo.
You sound a little different. What are you doing?
Well, I'm trying something different tonight.
I've got a small Yaesu handheld with a half-watt going crossband into that Kenwood TM V71 that leaves here tomorrow to go back to the guy I fixed it for.
Oh, the handheld you're sending back up to the guy, you mean?
No, the little Yaesu handheld is mine, but this fella had sent me 3 different radios, and they're all going back tomorrow. But I just thought I would try crossband. The handheld's on 70 centimeter, going into the Kenwood with 50 watts.
Yeah. No, you just don't have the same because you're normally doing about 90, and you're probably doing 50 on the Kenwood, right?
Yeah, that's right. Plus, I'm sure there's a little deterioration with the extra RF.
I think you'd be surprised. I mean, I've used that Kenwood many times on crossband repeat, and most of the time, they don't even know I'm using it with one of my handhelds, whether it's the Kenwood or the Bofang or the TYT, because I've done it with all 3, and people don't even realize it until I tell them. And sometimes I've been, half a mile away.
Yeah, I'm hearing you just great on this handheld. I just thought I would try it and then listen to the YouTube and hear how it sounds. Over.
Yeah, no, it sounds here. Yeah, you'll have to listen to it. You're in about 45 minutes into the hour here, so you can hear it around that time. All right, that was John, Whiskey 4 Alpha, Whiskey Echo, checking out the same radio I have, the Kenwood TMV 71 Alpha, which is a crossband repeat, 50 watts on both 2 meters and 70 centimeters, but and then he's got it going in from an HT and just a half a watt, but don't need that much wattage when you're in the same building or the same property going into your own antenna. So, all right, John, good to have you in there. That's Whiskey 4 Alpha, Whiskey Echo, and he is in Bellevue, excuse me. I was going to say Bellshire. Bellevue over there, southwest of Nashville. Who else west of Mount Juliet Road? West, second to last chance, west of Mount Juliet Road. All right, south of Mount Juliet, south of 40, please come down.
And 1MDJ.
Hey, what, you got the day off?
Yeah, just been kind of working on Christmas lights and radio transmitter for the Christmas lights and different things like that. How about yourself? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty. I'm only about 40 projects behind, if that means anything.
I can relate to that.
No, really, you have time off? You must have time off because you're normally out here on Wednesday nights, are you?
Yeah, Wednesday nights I can do pretty easy. It's the weekends that I have more of a challenge for.
Okay, and you're on which radio and antenna tonight?
I'm on the mobile rig, which is a 857 Yaesu, and my Comet fold over antenna on the mobile rig.
Oh yeah, very good. Yeah, it's funny. I'm not using it at the moment. My 857. That's probably my favorite radio, just because I like how compact it is and easy to use once you get used to it.
Yeah, main reason I put it in the mobile was to get more practice using it. I wasn't using it enough.
Well, it's one of those radios. I don't know. I don't have any problems with it anymore, but I've heard people go, man, that thing's hard to use because of the menu and all. I go, yeah, once you get used to anything, it's not that bad.
Well, compared to my FT8800, it's a big difference.
I'm trying to remember. The 8800, do you find that difficult to use?
No, it's real easy.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. That one shouldn't be too hard. But no, you're right. The Yaesu 857. Yeah, but again, once you get used to the modes in which you're working, even working if you move over to the digital modes, with the right input on it, it's really not a hard rig to operate at all.
Well, it's not hard. It's just one of those things. Fumbling around with the controls, mobile isn't as easy as one like the 8800. And as far as technical part of it, that's not a challenge. But I have been using the 8800 for my satellite work because it's easier that way.
Now the 8800 has 50 watts on. Does it have 50 watts on 70 centimeters?
No, it's only 20 on 70.
Same as the 857.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Does that work for you good on satellite? The 20?
Oh, that's way more than you really need. 5 is easy with a beam antenna for the satellite since there's strictly line of sight.
Oh yeah. I got you. For some reason, I was confusing in my own head when you said satellites. I'm thinking I'm thinking moon bounce, and I don't know anybody in this group that's doing moon bounce, so I don't know why I thought that.
There was some fella I met at the Ham Quest 2 years ago that was doing that. But there is a new satellite I haven't played with yet that just launched a few days ago, AO95. It was just tagged with a name, I think, yesterday or today.
Yeah, okay. That has a, obviously it's got a, is that the one that is just a ham satellite?
It's a ham satellite with research on it from Vanderbilt. It's their third satellite, Fox 1C.
Oh, that's AO85, did you say?
AO95.
95. Okay, 95, I got it. I just want to look that up. I need to do that. I've not done any of that ever, so I kind of look forward to doing it. Appreciate you reminding me. That was Michael, November 1 MDJ, Mike Delta Juliet, and he is in his mobile over here east of Mount Juliet, just a couple of miles, if that, south of 40. Who else we got south of 40?
Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
All right, Larry, Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. I'm sorry you had to wait so long, but everybody gets their chance to wait a while, huh?
Well, you know, I'm getting old. I ain't got a whole lot of waiting left in me.
That's why you need to be doing something while you're waiting, so you don't have to lose any time. Yeah, you're right, though. It's like I was joking with my mother about that. Of course, she's going to be 91. And she said something about buying or something. I said, I don't even buy you green bananas, man.
Well, turn your head just a little.
Turn my head a little what? What, you want to see the hat?
Hat.
There you go. How's that? Can you see it? For those of you who can't see, it says, beware of the ham radio operator. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, I can't take it off. I got my headphones on. Yeah, it says, beware of the ham radio operator. I'm not sure why we're supposed to beware, but it's kind of a warning signal. All right, Larry, good to have you in there. That's Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor, and he's in Rockvale. Anybody else south of 40? Appreciate you being there, Larry.
Wait.
I'm sorry, one more time.
Victor Alpha.
Dan, was that you I heard in there? Yo, Dan, is that you?
Yes, it was. I didn't hear the Dan, so I wasn't going to answer.
No, I said damn.
Yeah, just checking in. Unfortunately, I won't make breakfast Saturday. Have to pick my brother up at the airport, but I'll be there in spirit.
All right. Well, you're doing fine. Like I said, family. Well, you can always bring your brother over. Can't hurt that.
He's coming in right about 8:30, 9 o'clock, so that's like right in the middle, and I don't want to get caught in traffic.
Oh, no, I agree with you. No, you don't want to push your luck on that one. If he was coming in at 7 in the morning, I'd say bring him anyway.
He was coming at 7. He'd have to wait at the airport till 9 or 10 anyway.
Yeah, I got you. How come I wrote your call down there? The Victor Alpha. It's Kilo Mike 4 Victor Alpha.
Kilo Mike 4 Victor Alpha.
Yeah, it was. I didn't remember. As I was writing it down, I didn't remember whether it was Mike or November, and I remembered it was probably Mike. All right, very good. That was Dan, Kilo Mike 4 Victor Alpha, and he's just south of 40, just barely east of Providence Marketplace. Sound good? Are you using your antenna that's out there in the garage?
No, I'm sitting in my what I call living room on an HT, my TYT HT.
Well, TYT is definitely doing. I'm not joking. It's 20 over to me.
Well, supposedly it's rumored to be 8 watt, and I have I don't know what it is. It's a whip antenna on it, so supposedly it's a improvement.
Well, it's working good for whatever it is. Anybody else copying, Dan?
I am, Paul.
Oh, wow. So he's copying you up there in Belshire, Dan.
Well, that's strange because I've copied no one except Jimmy.
Wow. Anybody else copying, Dan?
I got a copy on him over here in Lebanon.
There you go, Lebanon. That's got to be 12 miles.
Well, evidently the conditions are good for transmit and bad for my reception.
Well, that stands to reason. I mean, you got a little antenna, but it's putting out the power. You're not able to pick up the signals coming. Who else was that doubled in there just a second ago?
K4LFO. I'm mobile in Lebanon. I heard it.
Wow, mobile in Lebanon. I heard you there, Dan.
Well, I'm impressed with this little HT. Then one of these days I'll hook it up to my J pole and see if the reception gets better.
No, you sound like doing. It's funny. I think propagation is very good for VHF tonight, so you're in luck. But yeah, several people coming. You're up to Belshire, and that's a good stretch up there north of Nashville.
Yeah, it's surprising. It's interesting to hear who can hear me, and yet I can't pick them up. But again, sitting out in my living room with a small antenna here, it doesn't surprise me I'm not picking up anyone.
No, I understand. I understand completely. I've done the same thing. I've just taken my best HT and my best, extended, the 17-inch antenna, and you still don't copy everything well. You just don't. I mean, it just doesn't have on the receive side, it's terrible. But getting out, the 5 or 8 watts gets out pretty decent. It's receiving, it stinks. All right, very good, Dan, and I appreciate you being there again. Kilo Mike 4, Victor Alpha there in the just east of Providence. And I heard Donnie in there. Donnie, you still there, mobile?
Yeah, I'm down 109 now, headed back home.
Well, you sound good coming in there, 109 and what, north of Lebanon?
Yeah, right. I'm on 40, home from Lebanon.
Okay, yeah, you're doing great. What kind of antenna are you using on the car?
I just got a new one, I forget. Same thing Mike's got, and I can't remember the name of it.
It's not a mobile mount. I mean, it's not a mag mount.
Yeah, it's a mag mount, and it's 5/8, I believe.
Okay, very good. Dual band?
Yes, Roger.
Very good. Very good. You sound great. On 40, just west of Lebanon, I guess. That was Donnie, Kilo 1, Oscar, Foxtrot, Oscar. Who else we got?
W1 FIE.
Hello, Jen. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I got a new antenna, and I can hear just about everybody tonight.
A new one. Newer than the one you had before?
Yes, I went from an 8-foot to an 18-foot.
Wow. See, it does make a difference, doesn't it? Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah, it's people. Well, you're in an awkward location in I don't know, say it's awkward, but is that how high up do you have it? Connected to like the roof somewhere?
Side of the house, about 10 feet up.
Yeah, see, it does. I think it's surprising to people when they get a better antenna than they had and higher, or maybe the same height, and then they just realize how much they really can hear. And Dan's a good example just with his HT. I mean, sitting in his apartment, he can't hear squat, but people can hear him.
I'm guessing you can hear me. We're 1.3 miles away.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Dan has probably had to turn the volume down on his radio if he's still there.
Had to turn it down quite a bit.
That's what I mean. Surprised it isn't melting the input there. No, you're doing great, Jen. You said it was an 18-foot. Which one did you buy? Do you mind if I mind asking you?
Comet GP9.
Oh yeah, great antenna. That's a great one. And they're not too expensive. Again, I've dropped nearly 400 on mine, but I don't expect everybody to do that.
So J-pole strikes again. I hear Jan, KI4SIB.
Well, you may be able to hear Jen, but it's only because Jen's got a 20-foot antenna reaching your little $22 J-pole.
J-pole here.
I can probably touch him with my antenna.
I'm sure you can. Yeah, that's all right. We'll go to your safe place, Dennis, and I won't use that hate speech anymore.
I love you, Paul.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, that's right. We're using we're dissing J-poles. Now and again, one of the reasons obviously J-pole isn't. It's not that it isn't a great antenna. It is good. It's good for if that's what you want to use it for. I mean, same thing with a 5/8 wave ground plane stuck in the attic. If that's what you got and that's what you're using and that's all you're happy with, I'm happy. But again, it all comes down to money, number one. Be able to put an antenna outside, and Jen's cheating a little because I think you do have restrictions there, don't you?
I don't think you should say that on the open air.
I don't think anybody knows where you are at the moment. Yeah, I agree. No, you're doing all right. It's one of those things that if it's not visible, readily visible, nobody's going to care. And you'd be surprised, maybe not, maybe you wouldn't be surprised, but most people aren't looking. Wouldn't be surprised that the 40-something people that live in my neighborhood don't even know I have an antenna, and it's 24 feet tall. You can see it clearly as you're coming up past my house. Can't see it for the trees most of the time, but at two different angles, you can't miss it 20 foot tall. And the 24 foot tall antenna that's up off the ground, whatever it is, 28 feet.
Yeah, this one you can barely see, even though I'm looking for it. So that's great.
No, it's amazing because most people are not looking at the roof lines of houses. They just aren't. I mean, I've learned that over the years. Nobody pays any attention, mostly to what's in view of them at ground level. So, yeah, but you're doing great. But again, doing great to me, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference, truthfully. But obviously, you could tell. You say you heard everybody, pretty much.
Just about. I didn't pick up Brent on mobile.
Okay, well, that's not too surprising. Again, depends upon where he is in his elevation. I could hear him, but again, my elevation is higher than yours, so that obviously makes a difference.
Big signal in Hendersonville.
There you go. Well, yeah, big signal in Henderson, but again, Jen isn't going to be too much, worse than me in terms of hearing and transmitting to you from where she is. And that's a 2-story house that she's on. That is 2-story, isn't it?
You are correct.
Yeah, that's right. I did see as I drove by that time. All right. Well, very good, Jen. I hope you can make the breakfast on Saturday. Is that possible?
No, my kid has ACT testing. I got to get her to.
All righty. Family's always first, but that's good. We hope to meet you sometime, you and your husband. All right. Who else? Good to have you in there. It's Whiskey 1 Foxtrot India Echo, and she is just a little bit east of Mount Juliet Road, just barely south of 40. Who else? Where were we? South of 40. That's where we were.
KN40JH.
All right. I'm going to say that's a new one to me because I think it is, but hit me again. Kilo November 4 Oscar Juliet Hotel. What's the first name again?
This is Doug.
Doug. Where are you located, Doug?
Sitting right next to Jen.
Oh, I didn't recognize the call. I'm sorry. Yeah, there you go. Sorry about that. When she has checked in a few times, I think this is only your second time, maybe. It might be 3 times. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, well, you're doing great. Yeah, good job on the antenna and the radio and all the stuff you guys have been doing. It sounds good.
Yeah, thanks. It's been a work in progress, that's for sure. She keeps telling me of new equipment she wants, and then I end up having to climb ladders again.
Well, just give you the warning to always be careful. It's always the risk on ladders. Well, very good, Doug. Good to have you in there. And I'm glad you guys, it is always a work in progress. You never seem to be fully satisfied. You've already learned that, I think, on both your VHF, UHF, and your, you've only put up one of the HF antennas, right?
That's correct. It's doing okay, but it's right off the side of the house, about 8 inches. So obviously it has a few issues there.
Well, yeah, you got to work with what you got, and that, you can still have a lot of fun with it, though. I'm sure you've already realized that. I mean, there's a lot of things that can be heard, and, you can actually have a lot of contacts even with that. Well, you're not going to do too much contact because neither of you have upgraded yet, have you?
Nope. I think Jen's this weekend or next weekend that she's taking the general.
Oh, great. Well, let us know how that works out. Appreciate you both checking in. And that was Jen and Doug. And then Doug is Kilo November 4 Oscar. Do I have that right? Oscar Juliet Hotel, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, my writing sometimes is a little sloppy. All right, Doug, good to have you in there. Who else south of 40?
KD4ZGY.
Hold on, David. I got Shelbyville, KD4Z Zulu. It is. Oh man, you got my numbers all messed up here. That is Shelbyville, and it's Ed Zulu. Is it Zulu Golf Yankee?
That is correct there. Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee. And I am hearing Dave and Jen down here in Shelbyville tonight. Got about 4 over on them. Good audio as well, so they're doing good with that new antenna they put up.
Well, she's got a new antenna, a very nice rig, and she also got a nice Heil microphone that works great.
Oh,
And it's not even Christmas yet.
Maybe they're going to even upgrade further. I don't know. How you doing there, Ed?
We're doing fine down there. We're sort of trying to stay warm. It's sort of turned off cold down here, the south of us here, but we didn't get out of the 40s today, up into the 40s actually. But just wanted to come in and say hello there. Now, hearing most of the people, I think I missed a few there that's right there close to you, maybe on the handy talk or something. But anyway, I'll turn it back over to you and just want to check in with you. Good evening to you, and good evening with everyone on this listening there. This is Kilo Delta 4, Zulu Golf Yankee. Have a good night.
Yeah, very good, Ed. Appreciate you checking in. It's Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee from Shake Rag, Tennessee. That's Shake Rag, Tennessee, which is near Shelbyville. It's got a great signal, nice beam pointed in our direction. And I think, who did I hear in there? Is that David I heard in there?
Good evening, Paul. K-I-4-N-D-N. You need to clean your ears out.
No, there was a double in there. That's why.
I tried, I guess, 6 or 7 times, and somebody beat me to the punch every time. How is my signal?
Oh, it's actually very good. I'm wearing a headset today, so it's very helpful to me, but I don't really need it for your signal. I'll give you a report as soon as the next transmission.
Yeah, I was listening to that live feed you did last night, and there was it was momentary breakup, a lot of audio problems there. Was it my microphone or what?
No, I don't think it was. I don't know why it would do that. I'll have to listen to. I have not listened to the whole thing. So, was it on everything or just yours?
Well, I noticed it on mine more than anything, of course, but I don't think it was on everything. I don't know whether it was a lag in the computer or was actual, just a problem with my microphone.
Yeah, for those that don't know what we're talking about, there was a net last night with Rutherford County Simplex Net, and I did a live feed on that. Well, mostly just so we could record it and make sure everybody who was in Rutherford, who was participating, could hear their own signal later. It was a good net. I think we had 13 last night. You know who I was missing yesterday on the count, David? Did I tell you?
Oh, no.
I forgot to put my name down.
Well,
yeah, very good, David. No, you sound good. I'll have to listen to that and get back to you. All right, very good. That was David. He's down in where the heck is David? Hold on one second. Reedyville. Had to stretch my brain to think about that one. Reedyville, and that's Kilo India 4 November, Delta November. And he was here you said you were hearing Jen real well too? Obviously, I'm pretty sure you would.
oh, yeah, heard.
Oh, that's funny. Dan, if you're still there, you got down to Reedyville. Yeah, I'll have to send him an email message. All right, very good. Who else do we have south of 40?
Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee.
Hey, it's 2 nights in a row. You were there last night with the Rutherford net.
That's correct. I love this stuff.
Glad to hear it. Yeah, I like it too. I guess I feel awkward in a way because I know that, like here we are, it's almost an hour into the net and we're just getting to you, but that's why I try to move it around a little bit. But I'm glad you checked in, Bill. Thanks for hanging in there.
Oh, you're very welcome. I enjoy the conversation. I'll turn it on back to you, Paul.
Yeah, very good, Bill. That was Bill, Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee, and he is in Murfreesboro with a great signal. He was also on the Rutherford County net last night on the Simplex net. Who else south of 40? Anybody else south of I-40?
K1S speeding.
Another Rutherford boy. How you doing? Scott?
I was wondering, who are you talking to? I'm a Rockland County boy.
Well, you were on the Rutherford net last night. You didn't happen to look at the icon I used for the Rutherford County net on the web last night, did you?
No.
So what I did is I modified that Make Simplex Great Again red hat picture, and then on the brim it says in Rutherford County.
Oh, there you go. Well, I struck out. I'm sitting here watching the live feed from QRZ on their big giveaways, and I didn't win anything.
Well, when there's thousands participating, you can imagine your odds have gone. Well, they're better than they are for the lottery. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it really wasn't that bad. I mean, I can't remember. I read the total number of entries, and it really wasn't that high.
Huh. Yeah, well, I've rarely won anything, so I'm not surprised when I don't win some.
Well, I wanted an early Christmas present. They gave away some nice stuff.
Shows you how much money somebody's making.
I hear you. All right, well, carry on there. K1SPD back to net.
Yeah, very good. Appreciate you being there and for the patience, Scott. This is Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta in Laverne. Anybody else out of the 40?
Yeah, it was only 13,200 people entered.
Oh, wow. So the odds aren't too shabby. There was a double in there, Scott. Hold on one second. There was somebody else trying to check in.
K4IDC.
Hey, Robin. You must be hearing pretty good tonight, too.
Oh, I got you 40 over per normal.
Well, I'm not asking about me. It's obvious my signal is going to be good to you.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Next, you're going to tell me that Donnie's signal comes in good from his house.
I was mobile earlier when I was giving you a hard time, but I'm at the base station now.
Yeah, okay, great. Now you sound good. I was going to say who you could hear, but you probably can hear quite a few people tonight.
I've had the live feed up, so my attention's been kind of divided.
How is the audio on that?
Sounds great.
Okay, just want to make sure. I don't always listen to the audio. I feel like I need to put a blindfold on and watch myself.
What do you think the rest of us think?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's everybody averts their eyes. They're looking around their room, trying to pretend, or they turn off their monitor. One of the two.
That Batman emblem could be a little bigger.
You're the yellow one, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I just want to get you real close to the screen. Yeah, no, it's I could be bigger. You're right, but I don't want it to overshadow me.
Apparently, Danny and I both have Ham Shack cats.
Why do you say that?
He sent me a picture of his, and I sent him a picture of mine.
I'll have to send you a picture. My dog sometimes jumps up here and he stands right up on the desk in front of the microphone. I don't know why. Certainly isn't to look at the PC.
What's your dog's call sign?
He does third-party barking.
My cat is K4 Chloe Kitty Cat.
Oh, all animals are great. They just, it's funny. They love you even when you don't shave, you don't shower. They don't care. They just don't care what you look like.
I can't believe you missed the opportunity to respond with K9DOG.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think of it. Wasn't thinking quick enough. It's more like if I could put that old English sheepdog we have, he has got to be, I'm sure he'd be in the final running on the United States dumbest dog. I mean, man, is he dumb. He doesn't even know enough to get out of his own way.
Sometimes the dumbest pets are the most adorable.
Well, this is one of these, he's got long hair. Of course, I got to give him another trim or something, but when he gets a drink of water, it's like a moose in a lake. He pulls up his head and just water pours off of his, he's got holes in his chin or something.
Chloe has now come over here and flopped down at the foot of my chair begging to be petted.
Yeah, that's what I always, actually cats particularly have, they're always an ulterior motive. They want to steal your heat.
Yes, they are endothermic.
Man. All right, Robin. Good to have you in there. Great signal to me, and I think the propagation is really good tonight. Who else? Anybody else south of 40? Oh, by the way, that was Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie. That's Robin. He is about 5 miles south of me, in between Mount Juliet Road and Percy Priest Lake. Anybody else south of 40? There you go. I'm sure you'll hear it again. That dog. There you go. Everybody can hear that. He is annoying. He comes in here and barks. You're going to have to. Oh! Man, it's Shevitz. He's got to bark. Hold on. He's just knocking stuff off the floor. What a nut he is. He's clumsy and big. I got to get my feet out of the way when he comes in the house or he'll stomp on my feet. Just a big lunk at 100 pounds. Anyway, anybody else saw the 40? All right. Well, late check-ins then. Late check-ins, any place, anywhere, north, south, east, or west.
KD48 Kilo November. Mary and Marty over here in Bellshire. We're late check-ins. Sorry, guys. And glad to hear the ladies in there too. Always glad to hear you. Just saying hi to the group and hope you all are doing well on this cold night.
Yeah, very good, Mary. Glad to have you in there. Late check-in or not, it doesn't not a bad sign to be a late check-in. We just sometimes have fun with that late check-in or the lurkers, sandbaggers, or lollygaggers. So yeah, I'm glad to have you in there. Marty's there tonight too.
Yeah, KD4 BQK, and we're in Bellshire still.
Yeah, very good. Both sound good. Of course, you're on the same radio, but appreciate you being there, Marty. Appreciate you hanging in there, even if late check-ins or not. We're glad to have people in there. That's, by the way, your number 27 and 28. So that was Kilo Delta 4 Oscar Echo November Mary and Kilo Bravo. It is Kilo Delta 4 Bravo Kilo Quebec, correct?
84 BQK.
Yep, gotcha. Kilo Delta 4 Bravo Quebec Kilo Marty and Mary, and they're both in Bellshire as well. Good, and thanks for hanging in there for the duration. Who else do we have? Have any other late check-ins?
KG4 SFF.
Yeah, very good. Would you have to take a breath there? It took you 2 transmissions to get that call in there, Charles.
Yeah, it might be loud on oxygen. I've been dizzy.
Ah, all right. Were you doing better or worse or just about the same?
I don't know. I've been dizzy all day. I think it's this blood pressure medicine. At least my blood pressure is good.
Well, good. Well, I think you get it straightened out. Like I told you, keep notes of how you feel and how you progress. You know how those medications do or don't help you. Whether it's just how you sleep, or how you get up in the morning, how you feel during the day. Those are very important to the doctor when you go back and talk to the doctor.
What does your hat say? All I see is warning.
Yeah, it says warning: beware of the ham radio operator. My wife got it for me a year or 2 ago.
Other than that, it's cold tonight.
Yeah, it's already 28 here, so it is pretty cold. You're right. It must be pretty cooler up there. Do you know what temperature it is?
25.
Yeah, I figured it was colder. Well, very good, Charles. Try to keep warm tonight. Keep the new baby warm, which I'm sure you will. Appreciate you being in there, hanging in there. This is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey, and that was Charles, KG4, Kilo Golf 4 Sierra Foxtrot, and he's up in Cottontown. Who else? Any other late check-ins? All righty, we're going for the last category, which is lurkers, sandbaggers, and lollygaggers, not to mention the scanner listeners who have to email me, text me, or stop by the house. Nothing heard. Well, it was a big night, and then, an hour and 16 minutes in, but we had 29 check-ins, which is a little higher than, quite a bit higher than average. We're usually in there at 20 to 25. But appreciate everybody who checks in, and we appreciate your patience and hanging in there for such a long net. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it. And it's gratifying to see so many people interested in Simplex, and I hope to hear you all on the air as the days and the weeks progress here. Winter means there's more inside time because it's too darn cold to be sitting out on the porch. So you guys have a great night. This is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey, closing the net.
Thank you, Paul. W on BOQ.
Yeah, talk to you later, Dennis. I'm anxious to see what we can do with your antenna, and you're going to be shocked when you get the new one.
That question, Paul.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, on your emails.
Oh, it's AARRL.net.
Okay.